It's a matter of you increasing your capacity to handle things in a much bigger phase or much bigger with more intensity.
We're not really looking here for perfection. It's always progress over perfection, and how consistent are you?
You have to practice. You can't give up and you can't make excuses.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our third session, Juggling It All Like a Pro. So I know the first person to get to speak about juggling it like a pro. So I want to know how you balance like all your work, the coaching that you do, the social media stuff that you do, because we see a lot of content out there, you know. How do you like find a balance between, and how do you find the time to do all of it?
So this fitness is my full-time job. So I don't have to like go to office and come back and do anything. So I'm fully doing it. But then there was a time I tried to hire people, and then God was like, no, you're going to learn everything yourself. And then when you grow really big, then you can hire people. So to be honest, like I thought I had ADHD or something because I wasn't good at juggling. Like people probably look at my social media and think that I'm really good at it. But like those days it used to be, if I'm doing Insta really well, YouTube is like, spider webs, like not being there, Now only like I'm almost at 100K at my TikTok, like now, after 6 years on social media. Like, do you get it? Now only after so many years, I've gotten consistency in like posting for 5 social media channels. And then I have another clothing brand. So now it's like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube for Physique by Sari, and then Facebook, TikTok and Instagram for Sampaio, which is the clothing brand. So now, after all these years, now I have consistency in posting on those 7 channels. So it takes years to, there are some days I'm like, oh my God, like, what do I post? Oh, I'm out of content. But you have to shoot content in advance. And then now I'm really good at like milking content. Say that there's one video, I can extract like 4 videos from that. Now there's like, Instagram has very short form reels, like 4-second reels where you're like, okay, why do I stretch in the workout, like during the workout, read caption. That is one scene of 3 seconds. So you can like milk content, and while they read the caption, the views are like the video is playing while they read the long caption. So that way you get more views. So you like, it took a long time to practice to come to that consistency actually, but don't give up, because I didn't give up. I didn't stop no matter what. And yeah, then as you mature and as you like take responsibility and as you become an adult and you have more bills, you kind of have to. And the number of dogs just kept going up. I have 5 dogs now. There's 5 bottomless stomachs to feed. No, I'm kidding. But you have to practice, I guess.
That's a lot, like 5 dogs.
And I have to gym by myself, and I have to diet, and I have to online train, and have a social life, and what else? Little campaigns, little side stuff like this, podcasts. Then for brands, there are ads that I have to like randomly shoot. So yeah, but I don't have a full-time job, so I can like manage my day. But planning your day is really important, which I still work on. Like I still struggle. Sometimes I wake up at 11, but I still struggle to try to wake up early. Now these days, like I'm on this campaign for my brand thing. So then when I'm motivated for there's something going on, like I wake up early. But the other thing is, now I've learned Didi to subsection. Now for these 2 weeks, I'm just going to concentrate on my Sampaio influencer campaign. Then for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to concentrate on Physique by Sari website. There are some products there, some schedules, meal plans. I have to advertise those on the coaching page. I try to do everything together. Like, oh my God, my website. Oh my God, my Instagram. Oh my God, my brand. Oh my God, I have to like have abs. It's really hard.
Yeah, you're like lost in the middle of nowhere.
And then you get burnout, and then you don't do anything. But having abs, that'll be a lifelong goal which I will work every day for the rest of my life. That's going to be a constant. The training and the dieting is constant, finally. And yeah, you have to practice. You can't give up and you can't make excuses. There's not a reason why, there's but to do and die. Charge of the light brigade.
Very true. So to add to that, coming back to you, Sue, I want to ask you, like, how has your transition from gymming to yoga been like, and how do you manage all of what you do? Your profession, which is photography, which is completely different to what you do. How do you find a balance between the two?
So it's like this. For example, we'd say you have to do a race in a professional track. You go to the racing tournament with just a normal car you would drive instead of a F1, then you have no chance of winning. So it's the same way in the yoga. We say you need to increase your capacity to handle everything. That is what's all about, it's like you're increasing your capacity to handle the work, handle everything you do. There's no two different lives of anything, work life or just a social life or everything. It's just life you're doing. Everything you do is life. So it's a matter of you increasing your capacity to handle things in a much bigger phase or much bigger with more intensity. Like if you don't prepare properly for a race or whatever you're doing, you won't get any further in life. So how being a gym freak and to being yoga has impacted my personal life is it helped me a lot to manage things far better, and also the quality of my sleep has definitely increased. That was a time, when I had disturbed sleep back in 2019 or 20, those days. Now I've been noticing that I have a better sleep now. And also I stopped paying tax for nicotine, which means that I actually stopped smoking in 2021, which is 3 years ago. I didn't fight for it. I didn't have the need for it.
Came naturally.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things yoga actually have done to me. It has improved my relationship, the quality of my relationship, and what I have noticed that I don't get angry so much like I used to. Back
Must
in
be
those
nice
days.
to have a husband like you.
I was about to ask, were you like an angry person before? Like you get pissed off?
Yeah, kind of. I think I would be a different person. I was in need of a drastic...
Different life.
Yeah, I was in need of a drastic change. I wouldn't be here if I didn't get into, start doing yoga, I would say. So it has also increased my capacity to handle things better without getting stressed, because I don't, I see, like I told you earlier, it's like a situation. It's like I think everybody should, before you get into everything else, I think everybody should understand how all of this works. It's like, I don't know, Sadhguru says, this is the most, what do you call it, most fantastic mechanism in the world. So if you don't read the manual how to do it, you won't get the best out of it. So
it differs from person to person as well, right? Like how you conduct yourself and like...
Yeah, exactly. What I'm saying is you conduct your life better. But if you read your manual, you would know how to use it. So it is like if you take for example, you take your mobile phone or any other appliances we use, there is a manual to it. But there's nothing compared to the human mechanism. We are far more, So if you don't read, if you don't know how to use it, then obviously this is very normal. You get anxiety, depression, or stress. That is very normal for you. So yoga is actually a tool to
cope with it.
it's like to understand your fundamentals and being a human. It's like then it will help you to do more in your life. It's not something a lot of people say. It's like sort of a disability when you get into something like that, but it's not actually. It's not the case. You do things with more intense and also being joyful. I think I'm pretty sure everybody have noticed when you're in a very joyful state, your capacity to do things is
Are better, yeah.
Yeah.
You can be more consistent.
exactly rather than you're in a if you
It's
don't
just like, oh, I have to do this now.
Everything's a burden.
yeah, and also even when you're in a bad mood, I would say we tend to eat the junk food or the food. Yeah.
Whatever you find in
Yeah.
front of you.
Yeah. So that's what I say. I didn't do anything at all. It has come down naturally because, like Tom said earlier, you don't have to restrict. It is that you have to come to a level that you don't crave for it.
Yeah, and I think like this yoga segment has the happiness and the the happy hormones, the dopamine, the serotonin that the SEG used to give you. Now yoga is giving you. So you're not going to the SEG for that that rush or whatever that the intense joy that you want and the stress. You said you were smoking, right?
Yeah, earlier, yeah.
Yeah. So
It is like I would say it's more like a compulsion also.
yeah, that need to,
Yeah.
so that area of your brain was satisfied by this. So you didn't like need to go looking for that extra hit kind of thing,
I would say like, for example, it's sort of a kind of getaway also, right? When you feel sad, it's the quickest thing you can do, lighting a cigarette, like it won't take much time,
So do you still have a crack open a cold one occasionally?
I might, yeah.
You might.
I'm
Like
not
crack
saying
open
you
a
should.
cold,
You
you don't have to completely stop and like stop and be a no-bender.
yeah, I'm not saying we should stop what we are doing.
You seem like a cool dude, man.
I'm telling it should be your choice. That's all what I'm saying. It should be your choice. Whatever you want to eat, whatever you want to do in your life, whatever you want to, everything should
Like take
come
your
by
time and go in your process kind of thing. No need to rush. And
I'm
no
telling
need
it
to
should
stress.
be your choice because
And the choice is there, like yours.
Yeah, the choice is important. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
because-
you're able to do that yourself.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm telling it shouldn't be a compulsion. First, that's what I've noticed in my life for the 3 years. So, yeah.
And just speaking
cool.
with you,
Actually,
you're
cool story.
super calm. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how I can do that. Just a BTS story. He came late and he was super calm. If it was me, I'll be like, I'm late, I need to rush. I can never do that, but yeah.
He acted like he was early.
Yeah, he acted as if he was really
Hey
super
guys.
calm. That's a nice state to be in. Yeah. Coming back to you, Tom, in the previous segment we spoke a lot about food and like how the society has built an unhealthy relationship with food, right? And there are a lot of misconceptions as well. How would you like tell other people, or how would you build a healthy relationship with food, and how does it affect your well-being? Like the relationship you have with food, how does that affect you?
Okay, I think it's just to just continue what Sue said as well, like in terms of choice, the choice is yours, and if you really want to live a healthy life, and again speaking, do not restrict, but also when you're having a healthy relationship, it's just trying to understand what you'd want, what your body wants, and also picking on things like, because just going back to because we were talking about for a good relationship with food, because a lot of people will have a lot of things to say, family, friends, but you really need to go back to yourself and be like, what is your goal? What do you want to do? If it is to work out, lose weight, maybe you should change your eating patterns to more of a how to maybe include more fruits, more vegetables, include more protein, because every day because some people have a 9-to-5 job, and it's really difficult, because I see that they just go for a buck parcel, and that's what. But if you want to change it up and according to your routine, to your work life, do it. But also if you do need professional help, either getting a workout in, getting a trainer, getting a nutritionist in or a dietitian in to help you. Like whatever it is, ask for help, because sometimes you can be bombarded with information online.
That's a good point. You can hire someone at least for a time being.
Yeah, and really understand the basics of it. And then if you do, like, because when people come to me for help, for me it's all about sustainability. How can I make a change in you to make it sure that it's sustainable? Because me giving you a fixed, maybe have this, have that, have this, and it's only for the next few weeks, it's not going to help you for the years to come. So helping them understand like what their eating habits, what they need to do, being more mindful with what they're eating, and choosing right. Because as Sari mentioned as well, like it's all up to you, your health, it's your responsibility. And if you want to create a good relationship with food, because when I started talking about nutrition in this way with a lot of people, my friends and family, that's not something they've gotten before, because it's always like, don't eat this, don't eat that, stop eating this, and it's just too much of rules, because we're not really looking here for perfection. It's always progress over perfection, and how consistent are you, because you can't be like, okay, I'm not gonna eat junk food today, and you don't eat today, and tomorrow you get into this bad mood, or like you're in a really off mood, like I want to eat something like this, and start eating like a junk food. Like if you have a goal, and that is to lose weight or gain weight, or just a goal in your head, make sure you stick to it and be consistent. Because just talking from personal experience, like I have seen what consistency can do. Because before this, I was not working out every day. I used to do like random HIIT workouts at home and just like see what I'm eating and be mindful of what I'm eating. But like me really giving time into my workout, giving time into my nutrition, I see progress, and I see things change. So it's really it comes back down to what do you want, what are the choices you're willing to take and be like, okay, I'm going to do this for myself. Because I think a lot of people I see really want to be their best version, and it really, and I think like, for example, how Sari started working out, she decided one day I'm going to do this, and she did it, and she was consistent with it, so it's always important to be consistent in what you're doing, and don't put too much rules over your head, because it's not supposed to be like a complicating thing, maybe they're listening to us now, I'm like, oh my gosh, this sounds so much of confusion, but it's not that complicated, it's just very simple. Know what you want.
I think the reason, what you're trying to say is like, the reason it's not that complicated is if you mess up, you forgive yourself today, and like you just keep eating clean tomorrow. Okay, I had a bad day and I ate like marinade. Just go for the gym tomorrow and do some extra cardio and burn it off. Like, what's the scene? Like, why are you so stressed? And just to correct you, not correct you, to just, I also didn't start working out today and work out for the rest of my life. Like I didn't start and like I wasn't consistent.
Like progress is not linear.
There were times where I didn't gym for a month, and then again I would start and stop and start and stop. That's how I also started. Then 3-4 years later only I became a coach, and then I was like, okay, this is my jam, this is my thing. If I don't work out, I'll go insane. So you start, you stop, you gain weight, it happens, there are fluctuations.
It's not linear, as
but forgive yourself, and being on the fit train is always getting back on. How many times I put on during uni and all, we put on. Even you go to my Instagram and see throughout the years, you can see Aurudu, Christmas, I'm 3 kilos heavier. Randomly in June, I'll put a video 4 kilos heavier. I'm like, hey guys, I'm kind of depressed nowadays. But one thing, Tom, I honestly blogged everything. When I was fat, I made videos, when I was thin, I made videos. And I want to show that it's natural to have a 1 to 3 kilogram fluctuation. But that's not 10 to 20 kilo fluctuation, okay? If you're having 10 to 20 kilo fluctuations, please go and check your hormones. There's something going on with you, PCOS or something. So 1 to 3 kilos is the normal fluctuation, 60 to 63 kilos, like that, totally fine. But if you put on weight, if you put on 20 kilos even, it's okay. Don't punish yourself, get back to it, and start with some cardio, do something interesting. And even meal plans, if you binge, okay, if you had a bad day, if you went for some wedding and went overboard, just do some extra cardio tomorrow and forgive yourself and move on.
And it's not
try
like a
every day.
one day thing, you need to look.
It's a process.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
process
bro.
and it's a journey, to be honest,
Don't
because
stress.
you just tend to pick yourself up the next day and be like, I'm gonna forgive myself, and like just pick myself up and do better tomorrow, because I think we're all on this journey to be better versions of ourselves, and I think that should be our goal. Like, how am I every day trying to make better choices to wanting to be my best self,
Yeah, me also, Tom. Like when I started, like I used to have like 4-5 cups of rice for lunch when I started working out. Like fresh out of A levels, like this was my lunch, And
Moona
now,
pendant.
yeah, like typical Sri
mountain.
Lankan kadai bhat, like like a mountain of rice and then like a tablespoon of everything else. But it took me like 5 or 6 years to bring that down, to bring like 6 cups or 5 cups down to 1 cup. And now I couldn't eat like more than a cup unless it's my cheat meal, then it's like something else. But like, so even that, my cheat meal, like if I want like an entire tub of ice cream, I'm gonna have it, because why not? But now I don't have that kind of craving anymore, because I like my fat percentage, I want to go really low now. But like once a week I have my pork fried rice or something like really high calorie. Like I keep it, like Saturday is for binging, Sunday after church. Tom, Sunday after church, have you ever seen me eat cake? I don't even have cake after church, because Sunday is my cheat day. It's Saturday. So it'll take you like couple of years to, bro, they have cake every
I was
day
wondering
after
whether
church.
you have cake at
They
church
have
every day.
cake and coffee
there's
after
cake at
church.
12.
That's a-
And
Where's
I
this
have to be
church
like,
at?
What is
Jesus.
that?
Post-church refreshments,
It's called the Connect Lounge, right? And they every day after church, I'm like, ye though I walk through the valley of death. I have to resist temptation every Sunday, man. I'm like, God, why do you do this?
man.
But yeah, I have like a dank coffee and go home, so what to do? But yeah, cheat day is cheat day, eat whatever you want, and on the other days, have some self-control, like love yourself a little bit.
Having
Have some
said-
respect for
having s-
yourself.
Sorry, having said that, you can still take the cake and pass it on to me on Sunday if you don't mind.
Oh, great.
Actually,
You're loving us?
every Sunday, I mean,
Very good, very good.
Just
You
telling
have
you,
my
pass the
piece.
cake to me.
Okay, no problem. I will. I'll bless it and pass it.
And since you spoke about perfection, Tom, I feel like that's relative as well, because perfection for everyone, like it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's relative. So, yeah, that also we should find balance within ourselves. It's very insightful.
And I think it goes with everything we do in life. I mean, I don't know. I'm in that season in life where I'm like transitioning and everything is like, Tom, you gotta have peace with yourself with a lot of things, because your journey is yours. And even like, because I could relate with her, like I've gained weight, I've lost weight, like now I'm more active, I'm like, sustaining this, but it differs, it goes up, it goes down. It's just like life, I think. And the thing is just not to ever give up on yourself and keep working on it. And if you have a goal, you'll get there, but you just have to keep working on it. And this goes with life as well. I sound like I'm a motivating speaker right now, but
it's actually really motivating.
Yeah.
Because you're highlighting the fact that, it's not perfection, it's progress.
yeah, because I've seen people consulting people, especially with nutrition, don't eat this, don't eat that, and I'm just like, it's not supposed to be
One
that
glass
way.
of milk.
Yeah, and it's
for dinner.
not supposed to be that way, because
It's not
this
sustainable.
relationship with food is so important, because I feel like it also has like an emotional component to it as well, because food really connects people. Like, go for like a random dinner with your family, like, food over your table, like it creates like memories as well. And for me, like recently I cooked for someone and it was like an act of service to them. It's like, it's a love language, that's how you show love to someone. So food can't just be like, oh, you're eating this, it's a biological component that's going in, doing a lot of things to your body, but it's more than that, it does more to your emotions, it does more to what you're feeling. Like, you wouldn't just walk into someone's house if it's their birthday or something, like there's not going to be no food, right? There's always food there. So it's form of celebration, it's so much more. And I think I really want to emphasize on that, because people tend to forget that. And even Sri Lankan food, I talk so much about Sri Lankan food because it holds so much of culture And like,
Again, going back to stalking you, I
Yeah.
saw your feed and
because for me, like Sri
not
Lankan
Really?
food, yeah, it's
Stalk her.
so
Don't put your
she's been
location
stalking
down.
all of us.
Don't put your location when you go out.
Oh my
Creep.
God. But yeah, it's a lot to celebrate, and I think food should not only be about like calories in, calories out, but
You know, the
than
more
that.
you keep going, like for me, it's crossing a line now. Like now, I'm like, if a client comes to me and tells this 30-minute story on nutrition, I'll be like, okay, now enough. I'm not going to mollycoddle you if you're paying me and if you're doing my online training program. You close your mouth. You don't stuff things in your mouth. Control yourself and have your cheat meal once a week.
she can't be your...
It's not going to be this.
I'm
"Oh,
completely
it's
different to what
okay."
she's preaching.
Now
She's
you're
like-
crossing a line.
No, but the thing is, it can't
All of
be.
us are crossing a line
Yeah.
now. Now we are like,
But
come on,
something you're doing is like completely different.
now it's
my
like, you know,
gosh.
like, not with me, okay? Stop it. Stop it. Have some self-control, have some willpower, stop eating everything you see, control yourself. May Lord deliver you from the spirit of glutton.
Like I would say
Yeah.
it's more like what you want.
Now we are like, at a
right?
point,
Yeah, no,
come
it's
to a
no,
point
but
we are
it
like
depends
mollycoddling,
on
bro.
like what
Yeah.
their goal is. If they want
Yes.
to
Like
lose
anything,
weight,
okay? You are diabetic, you have cholesterol, okay? Enough is enough. You're more than 100 kilos, get your life together.
I feel like you two would
You haven't
not...
gotten your period in 6 months, you need to stop it. at that point, there is no more pampering. Huh? Enough of this garbage.
So yeah, I would say like
no, it really depends on
Yeah,
what the person
yeah,
wants.
exactly.
If they want to lose
Not
weight,
if you're diabetic.
no, if they, because it's, trust me, dude, like people who are diabetic or whatever it is, it's a lot of emotion because they're trying to fix themselves, and honestly,
thing is,
through
they didn't. So
no,
they got
yeah,
to that
so
point.
obviously, but
There
through
comes to a point.
No,
now,
but
you know, my sister
sometimes-
dashes her food. She's like, no chocolate to my dad. Like he almost died like 10 times. You know.
No, but it's
there comes a
also-
point where you're like,
it's
control
also
yourself.
genetics though. You can't blame someone for having a disease. It's
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes genes. It's sometimes
nah, I'm gonna get cancelled now.
the
Few
environment.
Few more words, bro.
No, but it's something more serious. But if they want to
Yeah.
work towards a more healthier lifestyle and want to reduce
And if
their
they
sugar
have
levels,
life and death on their
Yeah,
hands,
then they have to,
think,
yeah.
"Nah, can't mollycoddle, no, then you're like, stop shoving
no, that's
stuff
when
in
they
your face."
really have to be like, I need to do something.
Yeah,
for my
otherwise
life,
you're gonna
you
get
know,
your
you
foot
can't-
amputated, bro. Like you're gonna get your fingers cut off. Your foot is gonna get cut off. If you don't
People are
stop
gonna be
eating
like,
sugar.
oh my gosh, this is my
Not with me.
future.
You come to my coaching program, not with me, bro.
You two would not make a good client-coach relationship.
No, I don't. Yeah.
So I would say sorry, she's on a different path. Like it's what you want in life. You know, if you want to exactly.
No,
you wanna-
her and I are on the same trajectory when it comes to building a relationship with food. Like I've been working out for like almost 10 years now. Oh, literally 10 years now. I've been like exercising.
Oh my
So
gosh.
like I never did like, you know, I never give my clients anything extreme. Like if I have like a 80 kilo client, I'm not going to give her 1,000 calorie schedule, like meal plan, obviously. Like that's unrealistic. I'll give her 1,470 or, you know, something that goes with her weight, something that's not too extreme. She gets her rice and curry. Like even your butt packet, Tom, you said people just have a butt packet. Buy your butt packet. Up today I love my rice and curry and eat your, you know, keep like half of the butt packet for your dog, take it home, give your dog or whatever, or give your male staff, whoever, like your colleagues, and you eat your rice and curry with your, you know, egg and chicken and elevalu and, you know, all those things, and eat your 1 cup of rice. You get it? So, like, I will never say no to rice and curry. I will never say no to, you know, in the upper and all. You can have string hoppers and eggs in the morning and still, you know, have a stellar physique. No worries. So even my meal plans I make, you know, according to a Sri Lankan diet chart, or like, you know, if it's a Sri Lankan living in Aussie, or like whatever you have around you. Like nothing out of, you know, I won't tell a Sri Lankan to go and buy strawberries and asparagus. Like, do you get it? It has to be something that, and then your parents, you know, you can print out the meal options and put it in the fridge. Like your parents, your family, your husband, everybody around you should be eating clean. No? If imagine you're on a diet and your parents have a culture of every day bringing home like cake and sweets and like, you know, that afternoon tea time snack, eclair and a coffee and, you know, that culture. So then it becomes hard. So like I always tell my clients, you know, get your parents involved. Tell your husband, okay, now I'm going to do this. Okay, now you all have to all support me. Like get that community involved. Tell your friends, dude, like every hangout doesn't have to be a food hangout. No, we can go bowling, we can go to Excel World, like we can do some, like, you know, do some activity. Every like activity doesn't, like you said earlier, we always involve it with food, family, like, you know, the relationship, the love language. Every day it doesn't have to be a food date. You all can go and do so many. You can go and play golf at what's it, Port City. You can swing golf balls to nowhere. It goes nowhere. Like, it just goes to the water, the balls. So you can like do other things instead of just always rotating like surrounding life around food stuff. And yeah, you're good, man. I think I'm done for the day.
Thank you. That
Anything
was,
extra, you need to pay, bro, for the time.
yeah. So with that, we are actually done with our session on wellness. We spoke like about very deep stuff, and it was very insightful. Thank you, Sari, Sue, and Tom for coming in and accepting our invitation. Yeah, it was fulfilling. Thank you.
Are you nourished?
Yes, very
Let thy
much.
food be thy medicine. Socrates.
Thank you, guys. See you guys on another episode on GEPic Journeys.
If you enjoyed that video, make sure to like and subscribe to the GEP YouTube channel. And we also have a bunch of very interesting practical short courses which are related to the episodes from the podcast. So stay tuned.